Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's Words of Wisdom. Today's is from March 11th, and it was used in the past, so I came up with my own from the Laws of Great Enlightenment. And I quote, "What is important is to live a better life, not a perfect life." Thank you, Master Okawa. So page 68 in this Kyoten, it's from the, is it the first chapter? It's the chapter called The Power to Forgive Sins. And this is a very compassionate lecture title chapter. If you are going through any form of suffering, emotional loneliness, tiredness, please read this Kyoten, this chapter, The Power to Forgive Sins. And this is from page 68 to 69. I'd like to read it out loud. Accepting awkwardness. What is important is trying to live a better life, not a perfect life. You must tell this to your mind. However, by saying this, I'm not suggesting that you can study half-heartedly or work in a disorderly fashion. When I say you do not have to live a complete or perfect life, some people may take too lenient an attitude, believing that it is alright if their work is not the best they can do, and act on that assumption, only to be reprimanded by their boss afterward. They may then get depressed and feel the urge to commit suicide. So to prevent this from happening, I would like to make it quite clear that I am not recommending that one studies or works in a lax manner. But if any of you are suffering remorse in your soul, severely blaming yourself for some reason to the extent that you are unable to sleep at nights, I want to tell you that you should not strive just for perfection. 80% perfection is fine. Somehow try to get through this difficult time. It is important to choose a better life rather than a complete and perfect life, a life without fault or blemish. While you are aiming to develop spiritually toward Buddha or God, you are not a Buddha or God himself. As long as you live in this world, you cannot avoid making mistakes every day and experience suffering, so you should aim to live a better life. While we humans are the children of Buddha and God, we are imperfect, awkward creatures in this world. We should know this and accept ourselves as struggling to live. You're allowed to be like that since you are currently undergoing soul training and are studying in the school of the soul. It is important that you bear your imperfection and nurture a forgiving heart." End quote. So sometimes we may be too hard on ourselves. People who are perfectionists, high achievers, sometimes it's good, but if you just continue living life in that manner, there's going to be a tipping point, a point where you break. And when that occurs, I think it's important to, or as a preventive measure before you get to that point, I think it's important to know this teaching. 80% is fine. 80% is fine. Again, that doesn't mean like if your boss is telling you to do a job by next week, and be like, oh, 80% is fine. So if I finish it a day after the finish line, the due date, obviously you're going to get scolded. So that's not, what Master Okawa means here. But like emotionally, mentally, if you're too hard on yourself, tell your own mind that 80% is fine. Don't aim for perfection, but a better life. Not a perfect life, but a better life. As long as you're moving forward, as long as you're getting better, as long as you took a step forward today, that's something that you can be proud of and compliment yourself about that. You've moved a step forward, and that is a magnificent growth, and you have achieved the purpose of life, which is to grow here in this three-dimensional world. So, yes, please go back to these teachings over and over again and encourage yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. 80% is fine. As long as you're moving forward, as long as you're living a better life, compliment yourself. You're doing a great, magnificent job of not only making yourself better, as a result of that, you're lighting this whole world. That would be then for today. Thank you for tuning in, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.